What's good, my YouTube fam? This is your boy Want and Sluff coming at you again today. This is my second video today. I know I'm on a roll, right? Anyway, what I wanted to come and talk to you about is a plethora of subjects, and they're all crazy. Some of them, is crazier than others, but whatever. But my first thing I want to come to you to talk about was these Twinkies. Twinkies. Now, I've never been the one to just really love Twinkies like that. But I saw on eBay the other day where a box of Twinkies was going for like $200,000. Like, and I guess because they're going out of business or something. Like, are they gonna stop making them or something like that? And people like own a piece of history. Not for $200,000. I'm not owning a piece of history. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to the store while they still on the shelves, and I'm gonna buy me some Twinkies. But I'm not gonna buy them from you for $200,000 and they've not even gone off the shelves yet. And it was just crazy to me. I mean, I don't care. They're not that good. I'm sorry. Ooh, I know. Guess what? I'll go to Hostess. I give you one of those little chocolate fudge swirl rolls things or something like that. I'm not buying Twinkies for $200,000. Somebody had on there where it was a Twinkie for $5,000. A single Twinkie for $5,000. I'm not doing that either. That's just ridiculous. I mean, you telling me to pay all this money for a Twinkie? Crazy ass people. That's just I couldn't do with that. And then I was also on World Star Hip Hop. I know I'm a little late with this, but I meant to come to y'all like last week or 2 weeks ago or something like that. But I saw a video of Lil Fizz and he was rapping. He cut off his hair and is I guess he goes by the name of Air Fizzo or something like that. And it was just crazy. Like when he first went in there, it reminded me of you remember how I don't know I don't know if you all remember the movie I'm About It with Master P and the women up there and they cooking, the dope and everything and they like nude. So these girls they had on bikinis. But that's what it reminded me of and I'm just like Lil Fizz and he was trying to be just way too hard for who he actually is. And I'm not one to say that, he needs to stay to where he was when he was with B2K, or portray how he was with B2K. I'm not saying that because I understand people get older and they move on, but this just did not suit him at all. And I mean, I didn't like the song. I didn't like anything. Like it was just like weird. And he was talking about like drugs and money and all that. I'm like, dude, you are not that hard. Like, let's be for real. Because I remember on 106 in Park when everybody was saying what kind of car they got. You said that you had, like a drop top, like Mustang or something like that. If I'm remembering correctly. So you are not that hard, Lil Fizz. I mean, I'm not saying that drop top Mustang isn't like masculine, but it just shows that you're not that hard for real. But moving right along. Also, ANTM updates as to where they're going to be holding auditions. They have updated their list like they said they were going to do. I'm just going to read off these to you real quick. I couldn't memorize them all. I think there's like 18, so bear with me. Let's see. In Waco, Texas, well, in the Waco, Texas area, in College Station, Texas, they'll be holding an audition from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. on December 6th at the Pine Boutique in, I guess that's Wyncote, Philadelphia. On December 7th, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Bare Feet Shoes in Cedarbrook Plaza. In Binghamton area, Owego, New York, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. on December 14th at the Owego Treadway, Greenville, Spartanburg, South Carolina area. Well, in those areas, but it's going to be in South Carolina. At the Palmetto Beauty School from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's December 14th again. In Savannah, Georgia, you have auditions from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on December 15th in Victory Square. In Fall River, Massachusetts, in the Providence area, you have auditions from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on December 15th at the Party Dress Express. In Madison, Wisconsin, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on December 15th at Whiskey Jack's. In Columbus, Ohio, from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. on December 15th at the Eastland Mall. In Montgomery, Alabama. Just playing, I don't like this place too that much. Anyway, December 18th, from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Comfort Inn and Suites in Harrisburg. I guess that's in the Harrisburg area. At the Harrisburg Mall, December 18th, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. In Ottawa, Illinois, from 9:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. December 22nd at the Bridal Elegance. In Eureka, California, at the Bayshore Mall, December 22nd, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. South Bend, Indiana area, Granger, Indiana, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. At the, I want to say, Michiana Beauty College on December 22nd. Like I said, that's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. In Fargo, North Dakota, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. on December 29th at the Old Broadway. Detroit area, Ferndale, Michigan, PNA Scholars Beauty School. That's from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on January 4th. Then you have San Diego, in, I want to say Poway, California. From 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. January 5th at the Bellis Academy. In Bakersfield, California, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on January 5th, in the Valley Plaza Mall. And in Cheyenne, Wyoming, in the Scottsbluff area, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. January 5th at the Frontier Mall. Now, those are all of them as to date, from what I've read. If you know any more, please comment in the section below and tell me any more that they have. But I'll try to update you all if they have any more. But that's like 18 castings calls right there. So that's probably all they're gonna do. So, if you're in those areas, please make it a point to get out there and audition, because you never know. You may be America's Next Top Model Cycle 20 with everybody. You'll get to meet Tyra and Kelly Catrone and Brian Boy and Rob Evans. And you can learn so much, and it's gonna be men versus women, so the battle of the sexes, and I cannot wait to be watching it. I know I said I was gonna audition, but I didn't because I was too sick, and I was just like, I'll just keep on doing this. Hopefully, Tyra, if you're watching this, do it next season, and I promise I'll audition then. I'll be 25 then, maybe. But hey, whatever. People do it. Also, this other case that's just now coming up, with this 17-year-old guy named Jordan Davis, and is a case between Jordan Davis and Michael Dunn. Apparently, Michael Dunn is a white male, Caucasian male, and Jordan Davis was a black male. He was 17 years old. Apparently, Michael Dunn was passing by in his car, and he saw, a car or SUV, what have you, the windows tinted and everything, and the people in the car were playing rap music too loud. And so according to his attorney, he rolled down his window and asked the teens who were inside to turn down the music, politely, he said. And so as he rolled back up his window, he can hear shouting and cursing, and then he proceeded to, let down his window and asked them. He said, "Excuse me, what did you say?" And they were just like cursing him out and calling him, "There's like you're dead," or whatever. And according to his attorney, Michael Dunn says that one of the teens in the back pulled out a shotgun and aimed it at him. So then he was just like in a fight or flight type of mode. So he reached over and got a handgun out of his glove compartment, loaded it, and apparently proceeded to shoot into the vehicle where Jordan Davis was, and apparently Jordan Davis was struck and he died. Um, and his attorney said this is not a Trayvon, like this isn't anything compared to Trayvon Martin, anything. And to me, I say, guess what? That's a lie, because although these are two different situations, it still had to end up with an older Caucasian male taking the life of a young African American male who was doing nothing and who was bothering no one. He was in a car listening to hip hop music. Now, I know here in Alabama, people all the time, Caucasians and, even African Americans, yeah, we ride around blasting the music. And Caucasians, they, ride around blasting, they also blast hip hop music and country music and whatever music that they like listening to. But the thing about it is like you don't result to something like that. And mind you, when police showed up at the scene, this guy Michael Dunn had already fled the scene, and apparently he was coming back from like a wedding or something. So I bet this is just my theory that he had a little too much to drink, and he was probably angry, of course, like people get sometimes when they drink too much, and he just wanted to probably pick a fight or whatever. But mind you, when police showed up, Michael Dunn had already fled and he was asleep in his home. And no gun was found at the scene, meaning that there was no shotgun at all. Um, so I'm looking like so he just made up some type of excuse just to shoot into a vehicle and take a young man's life. And is I mean, it's not about like it was a African American young man. It's a young man, period. Because if this would have been a Caucasian male or a Hispanic male or anyone of any type of national origin, it still would have been a great big deal to me because it doesn't make any sense for someone who is so old and should be smart enough to know when to drive away. You were in your own car. All you had to do was call the proper authorities. You did not have to take matters into your own hands. Obviously, they did not fire a shot at his car because there was no like bullet holes or anything. And if they pointed it right at him with a shotgun, as you all know, people who own shotguns or have shot a shotgun before, shotgun shells they like spread out. Like so when they fire, it like spreads out, so it's gonna hit something. And especially if they aimed it at a car, it's gonna hit somewhere on the car. There was nothing on the car. And it just doesn't make any sense to me how ignorant people can be nowadays because it just shows the maturity level of all of these so-called older people who's supposed to be guiding the younger generation into a better future, and instead they're taking their lives so young, and it's frustrating the hell out of me because I'm like, when is this gonna stop? Like when? And then going back to the Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman case, like recently, George Zimmerman has been signing autographs to take up money for his trial. And I'm like, what the hell are you thinking about, you ignorant ass dude? Like, it's just so stupid. People are so stupid and they get on my damn nerves because, and you all remember I said I was not going to talk about the Trayvon Martin George Zimmerman case because it made me angry. And now since this has come up, it's just making me angrier because I'm like, what the hell else do people have to do to like show you that this what you're doing is wrong? Obviously, you know what you're doing is wrong because you fled the scene and you slept. And the reason why you slept, Michael Dunn, is because you knew that you were intoxicated. So therefore, when you went home, you were able to sleep off your intoxication, and you were unable to either go to jail for that. Because first of all, that means that you were driving while intoxicated, and then you committed a murder on top of that while you were intoxicated. So, I mean, I actually hope that you and George Zimmerman both get thrown under the jail. Life without parole would be perfect for people like you because you're ignorant and you don't know how to handle yourself in situations where like needless violence doesn't need to occur. I mean, I'm 24 years old and I know better than that. I own a handgun, but you don't see me going around flashing it in front of people and carrying it everywhere and shooting people and shooting up the young people. So my message to you and everyone out there listening and looking on today is think before you act because you never know whose life you could be taking because it's always someone's child that you're injuring and those people will never get to see their son or daughters or anything grow up. 17 years old, probably didn't even graduate high school yet. Like, and you just ended their life for no reason at all. And it's just sickening to me. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted by people like George Zimmerman and Michael Dunn, and I just wish that everyone like them would just get thrown in jail and have no meals or anything. Like because you just disgust me. So that's all I wanted to say to you today. Think before you act, and stop being dumb and ignorant and racist. Again, this is your boy, 1S Love, 1 again today. God bless.